Hello, listener.
What's up?
It has been probably a while.
It's a hot minute.
It's been a fair bit of time. As one heads up, I don't know when I'll upload this. Probably sooner than I should. This episode will probably contain spoilers for the world below, up to whatever session Farewell Pinberry was. You've been warned, but the resolution to the greater Pinberry arc, because that happens many months before these sessions, well, it's been resolved. People are going places. With that in mind, we can jump right ahead. Where last we left Brae, you had shed the guise of the elf Valna and faced these two women who you were told might have been looking for you. These elves who had been plagued by dreams, visions perhaps. As the disguise fades, they turn and face you. And there is a moment, like a heartbeat of uncertainty. And then they both fall to their knees. Like foreheads pressed up, like against the floor.
Worship me.
Fully, in worship mode. As in Elvish, they begin to, blurt out almost like a frantic prayer.
Interesting.
We've waited for you for so long.
Have you?
And they're looking up. The eggshell blue-haired one, it has tears in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You've come to deliver us.
Deliver you?
We've been praying. So much has happened. It's been so long since any of us had heard your voice. We kept your likeness in our brothel, the Cushion House. It's been so long. You were silent. I never doubted.
Good.
What gifts can we give you? We've come empty-handed. We are but survivors.
Survivors?
Our madam staged a coup from the Blushing Rose, and all of it fell apart. She didn't have faith. Now it's us and her sister. We took what survivors we could, and we've been fleeing in as many directions as we could muster. But it's also uncertain.
What happened?
They begin to recount for you the events of...
Brae would have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah,
no.
At all. They begin to recount for you this tale of the city of Pinberry.
Mm-hmm.
And of a noble woman who stole silk from the ruling family there. Her legs crushed under the wheels of a cart. This Elwyn Salantrion. They describe for you her years and years of plotting to overthrow this royal family, to get revenge on them, cultivating this Cushion House, and setting it up in worship of presumably you in these later years. They recount visitors coming to their aid. There is talk of a legendary bard who passed through by the name of Melody, who ultimately went in for a meeting with this madam, and then was the only one to leave alive. Clearly a dangerous individual, one that they speak of with some fear. They then describe fleeing, coming in contact with the madam's sister, also a noblewoman who was seeking refuge as the ruling family began to crack down once again on them and their assets. seeking to stamp them out once and for all.
So they're trying to crush the Balsines now?
Yes, what remains of the Salandrion family.
So it's affecting the Balsines?
There's not a lot of statement on the Balsines themselves, just on this
sister.
lady. Yes.
Because she's Lady Balsine.
They would describe her as Lady Salandrion.
Okay.
Yeah. As through all of this, it's very frantic. They're describing escaping across to the mainland and then further over. You learn that your followers, if you could call them that, are scattered, confused, without leadership. All across the Mother Isle, but mostly in the Fairwood.
Ooh, I like this.
It is at this point that this woman perhaps makes the misstep, the one that at this point you probably would see as inevitable, and refers to you as the goddess Valencia.
Oh. Valencia.
There's confusion and almost like a hint of suspicion for a moment. Yes, is that not how we should refer to you?
It's Brae.
Brae.
Yes.
Have you changed your name?
Valencia is my aunt.
And yet, she chose to show us your image. To have you engraved in our shrines.
That she did.
If she had faith in you, then mine will not waver. Please, show us the way.
The way. How many of there are you? Just the two of you here?
Just the two of us here. There are others as we traveled. Other cushion houses, other halls of revelry, even some taverns. They bear your image.
Do they now?
Yes, in secret. We couldn't bear to stay in one place long, lest we all be stamped out when those who were looking for us came.
Who is looking for you?
A family known as the Edrians. Silk traders, and family of wood elves. Far to the west. They describe for you roughly the island that comes from.
Yeah.
And the sort of historical significance of the Edrians, their connection to spiders and silk.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you help us?
I think something could be arranged. Or where are you looking to go at this moment?
We were looking for you.
Can join my crew.
Yes.
Nothing
Please.
of importance, but we could use some help around the ship.
We will do whatever we can. I'm quite skilled in weaving sleight of hand, espionage if necessary. I've trained in all that you've instructed, or your aunt, I suppose. We've kept all of your tenets.
And those would be? Please recite them for me.
We will delight in all forms of wine, lust, and war. In wrath, in vanity, in drunkenness, stirring these things to our own ends. And above all, to stoke the unending night of revelry.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Much of this seems in line with
Valencia.
with Valencia's goals.
Yeah. Well, I'm bad at typing. I can't pay much, if any, but you're welcome to come on my ship and stay there As long as you'd like.
Hey. She sort of shakes her head. I couldn't. We came here for you.
Lovely. Well, there will be some festivities here over the next few days, but my ship is in the river. It's in the river, right?
Yes.
In the river, just being fixed so we can head out. I'll let Igmarel know that that you're coming and to let you aboard, but feel free to make yourselves at home in the main area. We'll have some, I'd say cushions, but not in the context you're used to, brought for you to sleep on.
Of course, and she again gives like a very steep bow. May I ask, is Valencia with you?
Isn't she always with us?
Yes, it's just...
Not physically at the moment.
Around a week ago, our visions of you started in earnest. It's why we set out. Well, looking for you in particular. I was worried something might have happened.
Valencia has ascended. She no longer resides on this plane, but she does still speak through me from time to time.
I see. Surely she thought highly of you.
That she did. Of course, I would need some guarantees of loyalty from those serving me.
Anything.
A pact.
Anything.
Nice.
I have a tab open for that. As you are saying this, what is your passive perception is like 10, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not good.
Wonderful. Cool. You're saying this, they're nodding along. The other one with the dark hair and the rubies in her cheeks has not raised her forehead from the ground. She's just like doesn't want to move.
Did they say their names?
They have not.
Okay. Stand, my friend.
She kind of stands up, like visibly like shaking a little bit. They will take some time to introduce themselves. The one with the eggshell blue hair is Rana.
Let me just write this down. Brae. We'll go here.
They may have introduced themselves last session, but just
Yeah.
to be sure.
Blue hair is Rana?
Yes. The other is Valatha.
Latha was,
Yes.
Yeah.
Had a little fling with Zuraxis.
Yeah, she did. Okay, perfect. Rana and Valatha.
Yes.
Um,
What would be the terms of this pact?
you would serve me, of course, and continue the teachings of Valencia. Less the war. We more so are investing in the fun end of her vision.
I see. I will spread your word as your most loyal priestess. I swear it.
Wonderful.
If there is any way that we might formalize this pact, please tell me and I will gladly do so.
I will come find you in the next couple days at my ship, and we'll formalize it then.
Of course. They'll kind of like look. You've locked the door behind you.
Mm-hmm. Whose room are we in?
Yours, I believe.
At the castle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pure perfect. Yeah, with that, I will put the... Oh, and one more thing, ladies.
Yes.
The man you came on the ship with, Lapis?
Yes.
We're not going to tell him who I am now.
No, of course.
Wonderful.
Do you have enemies here?
Not that I know of, but I know that people from where he's from are looking for me, and I would not like word to get back that he has found me.
I understand.
Thank you. Tell me what you know of this Lapis from traveling with him.
He was easy to seduce.
Good to know.
He has an eye for expensive things. Some jewelry. A glamoured glance in his direction. It's easy to get under his skin. And we use that to secure passage for ourselves. He's not malicious, but I think he would do anything to gain status. You mentioned that he might be with people who are looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine he sees a promotion in it.
Well, thank you for that information. How would you... Have you seen him do any magic?
Oh, yes.
What kind of magic does he do?
Divination, mostly. I've seen him cast spells to determine whether objects are magical. I've seen him cast spells on himself to enable him to fly, though briefly. He also has a shimmer sometimes, if there's ever a danger nearby. Magical armor, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, I've never seen him in a fight, but I imagine he is well suited to it.
Good to know. What lengths do you think he would go to get his promotion? Does he seem very ambitious?
He seems quite ambitious.
Good to know.
All traders are. His line of work is one that.
Seems he's quite... has some status if he's delivering my sister's goods to Palrelis.
Your sister? And they kind of like they're piecing that together for certain here.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe, yes, he must have some sway, trust from
Lyra.
the goddess Lyra. Again, like the piece is kind of clicking. I imagine he wants to use that connection to his benefit. Being connected as a lifeline of sorts to faith.
Isn't that a shame? I would love for my sister to get her things, but I don't know if he should be the one to do it. Anyways, I'm rambling to myself. Feel free to hang around, enjoy the revelries. I'll have some supplies sent to my ship for you to make yourselves at home a little bit. Otherwise, please enjoy the festivities here. And remember, don't tell Lapis that I am Valna. I'm sure he'll find Brae at some point this week.
As you say this, the door behind you explodes.
Oh!
As a clay golem.
Oh my gosh, the stupid golems.
Instructed to follow you.
Yeah.
Has been standing outside, despite its -1 to stealth, has beaten your passive of 10.
Fair.
It is going to make its one attack to level the door here. And it's got one attack to make against you. That is an 18 to hit.
I think that hits.
Okay. You take 19 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
That's dumb.
And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, I'm down to temporary hit points. Or I'm still on my temp HP.
Well,
Con?
don't fail this con save, because this is where it gets messy.
That's a base 18.
Okay, you
Plus
are fine.
6.
Good. That could the mechanic that I'm rolling for is simple enough, but when temp HP is involved, it gets ugly.
Yeah.
All right, dear listener, we've already rolled initiative because this thing rolled a 0 on its initiative. That ends its surprise round, which brings us to the top of the turn order, Brae.
Which is me.
Yes. It's worth noting, it is 5 feet away, so it's right on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to grab my staff.
Object interaction to pull it out.
Yep.
Yep.
And I need a wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
As I cast through the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Hold monster.
Ooh. Wisdom saving throw, that is a 6 down to a 5.
Cool, that fails.
He has magic resistance. That is another 6 down to another 5.
Wonderful.
He is.
And then I'm going to, so that was my action.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my meta magic to quicken my spell.
Sure.
2 sorcery points and cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You can also step back 5 feet if you'd like to not.
He can take an opportunity to attack, can he not?
If he's paralyzed, no.
Does hold monster paralyze?
Yes.
Nice, cool. I'm gonna step back and kind of like...
I mean, I can put it like this. You can step back to gain advantage, or you can roll normally, because you have advantage normally, to strike him. And if you hit within 5 feet, it's a crit.
Oh, well then I'm gonna do that.
It's the weird interaction, but yes.
How do I have advantage?
Because he's paralyzed.
Oh, nice. So if I hit him, it's a crit?
Yes. And you don't have advantage, so this is the thing. You have disadvantage because it's a ranged attack from 5 feet. So it's a normal roll if you hit, you crit, or you can back up for advantage. But hitting to crit might be more fun. I don't know.
Eldritch Blast is 2 beams? 3 beams.
Yeah.
Sweet. My lowest roll is a 21.
Your lowest roll.
Yeah.
That's 3 hits, so that's 60, 10 plus 3 times your charisma.
Yeah, which is 6.
Yep, so 60, 10 plus 18.
Yeah.
Roll away, yeah. And it's force damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
10, 9, 6. So 15.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 8. 9, 10, 16 plus 14 is 30.
Yep.
Plus 18. So 48.
Okay. As you... Chunks of clay are just being blasted off of this thing, which is still held and paralyzed. Is that your turn?
I am now going to... He is paralyzed.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, get back to the girls.
Yep.
And I'm going to back up.
Sure.
We'll just say 10 feet. To be out, just enough to get out of his range.
Yes. They are going to back up right to the back corners of the room.
Yeah.
Rana is going to produce a knife. You don't see where it came from, she just has it in her hand. They both have their fingers poised. Their nails have been painted.
Ew, very cool.
Kind of like poised to strike, though they're a little hesitant because it's a clay golem. The clay golem's turn now starts, and it is going to make another wisdom save.
Sorry.
Oh?
How much did he roll to hit me? 18?
Yes.
Oh, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
Sorry.
We'll honor it next time.
I forgot I don't have Melody's AC.
Yeah. He is going to now make another wisdom save with advantage. It's a crit. Into a 12, so with advantage it's a 19.
It passes by 1.
Close. That is the end of its turn, though, I believe.
Cool.
Yes. So we go back to the top of you as it breaks out of this, these bindings with a shimmer.
Yeah.
And, turns to face you.
How's it looking?
Still pretty good.
Okay. Why don't we go ahead and how many charges? 20? Let's do it again. Make a wisdom save.
Ooh. That's a 9.
Cool. Whole monster again.
As it freezes again? Sure.
I'm gonna walk up.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Sure.
What's its AC?
14.
Okay. Well, all of those are above a 14 because
Go
my
for
base
it.
is 12. And I did roll a 4, but that's still 16.
Go for it. It's, another 60, 10 plus 18.
7, 10, 16. Plus 14. 30, 48 again.
Another 48?
Yeah. And I'm going to...
So he's taking 96 damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up again.
Okay. Alright, as you back up, I get to roll something. The girl's gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
It is starting its turn with less than a certain number of hit points. So it has to roll a d6.
Okay.
That's a 1. Does not go berserk. However, even if it did go berserk, it would not have any actions.
Yeah.
So it's going to now roll its wisdom save at the end of its turn. You can roll another 9. As your hold monster is still on it.
Cool.
We go back to the top with you.
I'm gonna step up.
Sure.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
2 crits.
Fair. not that it helps you here, but
2 crits.
whoa.
That's wild. We like quadruple it.
No.
12.
Okay.
19, 20, 22, 34,
34.
plus 18, 38, 42.
So 42 plus
Is it?
the 96 it's taken. Cool. That will only slightly overkill it.
Nice.
But as you blast it 3 times again, you leave these it's made of clay. So
Yeah.
there's massive holes through it as it almost like a hollow drum sound as you blast these through. As the thing stops and it's still frozen in your spell here. However, the life leaves it.
Nice. And I'm going to... Is the door the door's fully broken?
Yes, it's been shattered in.
Yeah. I'm going to send to Ornessa
Yep.
as the king and say, Lapis, the captain, his golem just attacked me. Oh, I don't have to send. I can just...
You have a link, yeah.
Yeah, fair. I'm just going to contact Ornessa.
Yep.
Hey, just so you know, Lapis, that elf guy, captain guy, his golem just came in, smashed my door, and attacked me. I killed it, but I suggest we pay him a visit. Let's find him. Where are you?
There is no response. You're aware that there is a link up. But no immediate response.
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, Brae. Kind of busy at the moment.
I don't care.
Oh. Okay, can you give me 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to disguise self as the same person I was before. So
Valna, the blonde hair and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few minutes pass. And there is a... Are you going looking for Anessa?
I'm going looking for Lapis.
Sure. There is a...
I'll go to my ship to the girls and...
Sure. To your ship? So
To the
down.
girls.
Oh, yeah.
Or say, go to my ship or do whatever.
Yes.
Or, no. Stay with Lapis for a bit. But if he's leaving, don't leave with him.
Kind of bow their heads and they're going to go and mingle.
Enjoy yourselves.
The second they're gone, there's a... As the king is sort of as flirtily as he can, kind of leaning up against the wall. Hi. Looks a little flushed.
This thing is one of Lapis's golems.
Oh.
And he tried to get me. Because
Oh.
he wants, I'm assuming, me to go back to my mother.
It's very uncanny. The king kind of goes over and starts like looking at your hair, making sure everything's like all in place. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I worry. We should have, if Igmarel were here, maybe that would have gone a little better. But you're looking all right.
Oh, I'm totally fine.
Okay. Well, what do we want to do about it?
Well, you're the king.
Yes.
I think you should call an audience with him.
Okay.
Maybe in your meeting room rather than the big formal setting.
Uh-huh.
We should also get a door back on this. Get rid of the golem, if you can get some guards on that.
Yes. Are you still concentrating on hold monster?
Yes.
Probably.
I'll just leave it up until it's...
Oh, it's only a minute. So if you let go, it's gonna.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, get rid of that.
Yeah.
And I think... I'm not sure how I want to go about it right now, but he is dying to meet Brae. I think we can make that happen.
Okay. Well...
Maybe see if he'll have a meeting with you. Have a drink. See what he wants here. Because did he arrive while she was the king, or did he arrive while the king was still alive?
While Ornessa has been the king for the entire time that he's been here.
Cool. So yeah, get a meeting with him. See exactly what he wants to, what he's doing here. If he's just stopping off, what his goals are. But if he knows that Brae's here, who else knows that she is?
Right. So we'll make sure we know.
I'll be there with you.
Oh, good.
Just you won't see me.
Oh. Well, if you
At
want
first.
to review... Okay, good. I love scheming with you, Brae.
Oh,
And
it's so fun.
I have a little scheme of my own.
Do you?
But you just have to go with it.
Okay.
You might be confronted, but it's all gonna be good.
Alright, well, I'm Valna right now.
Yes. Yeah.
I will make my way to your study.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go find Lapis and see what he is up to?
Okay, and with more of a spring in the king's step than is reasonable.
Yeah.
Kind of like skips off and then into the ethereal.
Nice.
As some guards are now starting to peek around, like looking in. Lady...
Oh,
What are you doing in Lady Brae's chambers?
I'm a friend of Brae. This thing came in and tried to kill her. She got rid of it and then ran away. You might want to clean it up before she gets back.
Two of the guards start to run away. There's a third one here who's kind of like,
And she
yes,
needs a new door.
I'll summon the handmaid and
Thank
we'll
you.
see if we can clean this up. And he starts to kind of like, they're scattering.
Yeah, and I'm going to head to the king's study.
Sure. You arrive before Ornessa and Lapis.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to like hide yourself or...
Yeah, I want to see, is there anywhere good to... Oh! Pfft, I'm silly goose. I have a familiar
Yeah, you do.
that can be invisible.
Mhm.
Is there like a closet or a room off to the side
Yes,
in here?
there are little...
Like a nice sitting room off to the side or something?
There is. The sitting room actually backs onto the king's bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where's his study in relation to that, though?
Oh, sorry, yes. There's the bedroom with the little, like, seating area where you get with the queen. And then it's a few doors down is where, like, the actual study or, like, war room is.
Is there, like, a room off of the war room, though? Or just, like...
No, there would be, like, a service hallway. Like for servants to bring food in.
I'll sit in the few doors down.
Sure.
I'm gonna send my imp, invisible, into the study, and I will just link with Ornessa. I'm in the sitting room. I can pop in whenever I'm needed, so just... My imp is there, just let me know how it goes.
There is one complication.
Mm-hmm.
You send the imp goes invisible and can stay hidden.
Mm-hmm.
As you enter into the sitting room a few doors down, this is where the king's bedroom is.
Mm-hmm.
You're just opening the door.
Well, I'll knock in case the queen's there.
Yeah, the queen's there.
Oh, cool.
Kind of like opens the door, does not recognize you.
Oh, yeah.
Can I help you? Who are you?
Look. It's Brae.
Oh. And then she gets really stern.
Oh.
Come in.
I'll come in.
Closes the door and locks it. Brae?
Yes?
I need to ask you a very personal question.
Okay.
What did you do to my husband?
What do you mean?
Kind of like fans herself a little bit. I don't know. He told me he made a pact with you.
Ah, eat that.
Is it true?
Maybe?
I see. Why did you come in here?
The king is meeting with a guy that just tried to kill me.
Oh.
And I want to see how it goes, and I was just going to hang out in the sitting room so I could just easily pop in there when it's the big reveal, you know?
I see, of course, yes. I'm going to exit then. And she kind of goes, she's like putting on, like, doing up her hair, kind of like preparing to go back out and join the revelry.
Is everything alright with your husband?
Oh, yes. He seems very, surprisingly, I know he was very suspicious of you, but I don't know what happened. He seems to have warmed up to you.
I mean, that tends to happen when you save someone's kingdom.
This is true, and well, I know we've spoken about how he might complicate things. But this pact, whatever the case may be, I think I'm convinced I do want to make a pact with you.
That sounds just wonderful. I will find you in a day or two to solidify things. But you don't have to leave while I'm here. I would actually prefer it if you stayed.
Of course.
And just be on the lookout. Give me a shake if anyone comes in or comes knocking.
I will.
And I won't be able to hear or see you.
Yes. And she'll make sure the door's locked.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's the bedroom and then there's like up some steps and there's like a sitting room. So you're separate, but there's,
I'm deaf and blind because I'm looking and hearing through my familiar.
Yes. So you... As
I'm going to make sure before... Please sit.
Yeah, she'll sit down. Kind of just awkwardly pours cups of wine that you cannot see or hear.
And then I'll go.
Yeah. You...
I'm just assuming it's within 100 feet.
Yes, no, very much. It's like within 50 feet.
Wonderful.
As there's a rushing sound in your ears as you are into the senses of the imp.
Very cool.
Looking down on the scene here, the king and Lapis step in. Lapis sits down. The king sits opposite him. The king also flanked by 3 guards. They begin to chat. The king asking Lapis where he's from, why he ventured into this area. Didn't he know that there was an anti-magic field? Lapis explains he did. He talks a little bit about how he sent familiars out to scout because something seemed off.
He sent familiars?
Yes, into the anti-magic field, so to see if they would.
Ah.
Yes. Which you could note as an additional spell that he has access to. And then when he noticed that it was down, only then did he look at sending the ship in. Discussion moves, the king asking about the fleet he's a part of. Tactically bringing up names like Lyra as they come up to kind of confirm loyalties. There is a bit of a break in the conversation when the king asks for specifics about what Lapis is doing, and Lapis very quickly kind of gets like suspicious back at the king. He's very cautious with his answers. We were told that there was a daughter of Lyra here. We were looking to connect. He talks about how he had 2 passengers who were assailed by visions. And how we thought it was odd because elves don't dream.
Can I just link to Ornessa and ask, who did he hear that her daughter was here from? Like, how did he hear that?
The conversation is relayed. He talks about how there were visions of this woman with these horns and wings from these two passengers.
Oh, and
he knew that there were rumors that the daughter of Lyra had recently sprouted a pair of horns and was missing. Mm-hmm. So he kind of put two and two together there and was like, maybe there's a connection there.
Okay, cool.
And flew in to check it out.
Yeah.
But it seems largely contained to the testimonies of Rana and Philetha as to why he came here. Mm-hmm. Doesn't seem like a lot of people know outside of that. The king mentions he has no knowledge of a woman named Brae or of anyone with horns or wings, though they sound quite magnificent. At that, there's going to be an insight check made against Renessa.
Cool. Oh my god.
As Lapis kind of like leans in and is kind of studying the king here. He takes a moment to kind of like size him up. But doesn't say anything. There are guards here as well, after all.
Can I insight his insight to see if he
absolutely
figured it out?
Yep.
Do I use my stats, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Flat roll, are you ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
That's not the right dice. Where's my middle dice? There it is. No.
No?
9.
What was your 9? Okay, no. I will say they both rolled pretty middling, but better than 9s.
Yeah. Ornessa's deception is redonkulous.
It's pretty good.
It's better than Melody's.
Yeah. As this back and forth kind of goes, the king asks, what would you do if Brae was here? Lapis responds, if Brae is a runaway, he simply wants to reunite her with her family. He's told that there is a potential reward in it for him. No one in the noble houses has asked specifically, but he suspects the Banner Torley will appreciate any assistance in that regard.
Torley or Valentine?
Both.
Can she ask? Can you ask him how much crew he's brought in case they need to adjust any quantities for the carousal for the parties?
There are a total of 11 crew members, not including Lapis. So there are 12 humanoids on the ship, and then 2 clay golems.
Okay.
Yeah. So 14 entities total.
Yeah.
Of which you can subtract 1.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like 1 clay golem and 12 elves are left.
So there's 11 crew members left.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. With that, did I see? I'm trying to remember the last time I legitimately can't remember what exactly he showed Valna. Was she able to see the rings of his ship?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Can you... Ornessa, could you...
There's a squeal at that. Oh!
Could you please ask him about reports of a clay golem breaking down a door?
Yeah. Ornessa relays this, and there's kind of this look of concern that comes over his face. I had suspicions, kind of says, that there was a woman here. She went by the name Valna. And, well, she seems suspicious to me. You'll think me crazy, but I suspected she might be the fair Lady Brae in disguise. So I had one of my clay golems look out for her with the aim of bringing her to my ship, the Decadence, if she would reveal herself. Kind of like leans in, and my clay golems are very obedient. So if one of them were to act in such a way, I wonder if perhaps this Valna had done something especially suspect. I will gladly pay for the door, and I apologize for any... And he kind of like thinks to himself.
And I'll say to Ornessa, play it up that Valna's been a loyal, just a noble family member. She would never harm a fly.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
The king launches into this kind of offended speech about how long they've known Valna and how long she's been connected with the community, how trustworthy she is. Ornessa just thinks back, you're lucky I've charmed all 3 of these guards. That would be awkward.
I knew you'd have everything sorted out.
Oh,
I trust your plan.
Oh.
Should Valna show up again, if you let him go? Or should Brae have a little appearance now?
Ornessa, the king keeps giving his thing, and Ornessa just the hungriest tone. Brae, I want to eat.
At that, I will, I'll say, pour him some wine, make yourselves comfortable.
Yeah. The king kind of calming himself down,
And then, I'll come out of the, trance, or, come back to myself.
Queen Narain kind of sees you move and
I'm back.
You're back. That was unnerving.
Apologies. I must be on my way.
Oh, okay.
And I will... How long has it been since... Because Disguise Self is an hour.
Yeah. Oh, well, not an hour. Probably 20 minutes. Maybe.
Okay, cool. I'll head down to the... I'll go... would you mind? And I'll point her wine bottles.
Yeah.
Does she have a stash of
Oh, yeah.
An unopened one?
Yes.
Do you mind?
Please, and she'll hand you one.
I'll take one, and I'll grab a glass.
Yes.
And as Valna,
yes.
I will walk down to the war room.
As you're walking down, the 3 guards numbly are seen walking out.
Nice. Is the door open or closed?
The last guard will look at you, with the door half closed, almost expectantly.
Cool. And I'll wave him along.
Okay, he'll be.
And give a little, look a little, and push my way in.
King said, yes, please come in.
Hello.
Valna, we were just speaking about you.
Were you? Well, this is my friend Lapis. We met earlier today.
Lapis looks back, confused, but something's beginning to kind of dawn on him a little bit. Maybe not. We did, yes. Valna, I understand that you've been getting acquainted with the passengers I brought here.
Before some big beast broke into my room.
Your room?
Yes. I was just chatting with them. They were telling me of these visions they'd had. And that's when this thing just roared and broke in. Thankfully, they were able to subdue it.
Immediately kind of on the back foot. He's kind of confused by all this. I apologize.
As you should.
I have been very concerned in my search for this Lady Brae.
Who is this Lady Brae? They told me a little bit, but they seem to be a little confused of her name.
Kind of sighs and leans back. Are you familiar with the goddess Lyra?
Yes, who isn't?
Of course. Lyra's eldest daughter is one Brae
uncork the wine and start pouring and put it down.
There's a third seat pulled up, the table here. If you're opposite him, Ornus to your left.
I'll also get my imp to go and close the door. So it just kind of closes.
Yeah. There is something of an invisible succession crisis that will soon be happening in the Silk Fleet.
Just some notes here.
Many years ago, the ruling Baron and Baroness, or I should say Kaiser and Kaiserine, they passed away, and their son, the name of Anethius might be familiar, abdicated his right to succeed them. So the mantle was passed to his sister. You see, his sister allied herself with certain individuals of a very different system of government, a matriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while she remains the Kaiserine of the Silk Fleet, Lady Arame, there are some who wonder where leadership might pass if she is not with child when she expires. We understand that Anethius doesn't seem to have much desire to rule. So then it would pass to his children, of which there are several, and there is an eldest son and an eldest daughter. There's some uncertainty over who will inherit, and this Brae is very important because of that. Everyone's looking for her that knows she's missing.
Knows she's missing? Would the missing status of a noble's daughter not be of one that apparently could be heir, not a much bigger problem than a few people knowing?
Oh, I'm sure many know in the Silk Fleet. It's just the wider world. In some ways, it's better that they don't know.
It's true. What a terrible thing. Do you think she was abducted?
Abducted? Ken shakes his head. I don't know. But the fair lady Summerwell was killed just 1 week ago. If that is familiar to you.
If it's a fair lady,
There have long been rumors that this Lady Valandon, Lady Summerwell, through infernal means is an unholy parent to the Lady Brae. They have, by my understanding, a close relationship, and Lady Valencia is no stranger to the dark arts. There are talks of possession or corruption, and Brae fleeing the Silk Fleet may be tied to her relationship with that woman.
Fleeing or just missing?
My understanding is that she is missing alongside her airship. So unless the ship itself were abducted, I'm not entirely sure the extent.
Wow, that's just a problem, isn't it? And why are you looking for her?
He shrugs. For someone missing like this, the Silk Fleet is in disarray. They're organizing search parties, expanding across a radius. I haven't been in the Silk Fleet in many months. I connect with ships that are passing by. I follow trade lanes that are separate from the main fleet. I'm in a unique position to be further out than the rest of the fleet. If Brae has a head start...
You think she would be further out?
I do.
Your Highness, didn't you say you saw something in the sky beyond the wards just not too long ago?
Oh, yes. You kind of like you hear in your head, are we talking about your ship falling out of the sky? Do we want to send him there?
No, we're not sending him to the ship, but maybe it passed by.
Oh, yes, passing by. And you'll kind of try and like draw a line north on like the war room table.
Mm-hmm.
Heading north in the direction of Usai.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yes. I'm afraid if that was this fine lady you're speaking of, then you would have just missed her. As Lapis kind of like sits back. Interesting. I just find it odd that Brae would pass through here, or near here. She is, by my understanding, quite gifted magically.
Mm.
Maybe not more so than me, but close.
What about you? And I'll do like a little arm touch. What kind of magic can you do?
Kind of like sits back. Did you pour wine or just for yourself?
Oh, I poured wine just for myself.
Cool.
Him and the king, I thought they were
Yeah.
already drinking, so
Yeah.
this is me.
You got like a pitcher of water.
Yeah.
He kind of sits back. Well, I am self-taught in the arcane. I believe I'm quite confident in my abilities, but that's not what worries me. If someone as powerful as Brae were passing through here, I find it odd that the famed anti-magic of Wellington would fail so soon around the time of her passing.
Oh, that was some vampires that were a scourge to the town. Thankfully, we were able to get rid of them. But unfortunately, they took the magic, our anti-magic with them.
I see. Well, it seems my suspicions are misplaced.
That they are.
I
If I may, those two ladies on your ship, they're just lovely, aren't they?
They are, yes.
Very tall tales.
Yes, they didn't tell me much.
Oh.
Did they say something to you?
Just that they're on the lookout for this Brae character.
I see.
Having visions. I think they actually called... No, that's not right. Anyways, would you like to go enjoy the party?
Yes, I think I will.
And I'll stand up and hold out my hand.
Yeah, he'll take it.
Let's go.
Okay. And he kind of pull
Yeah.
out. Yeah. He's still, like, as you're leading him out, he's still, like, looking at you with a little bit of suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
He's concerned about this whole thing, and he's kind of, like, on the edge of discovering it, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
Do you look back at the king?
Yeah.
He's pouting.
I need to see his ship again. I guess I could do that if he was dead, but where would be the fun in that? Feel free to follow.
And kind of gets up, and we'll scurry after you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you rejoining the party?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I'll kind of turn as we're going to the party.
Mm-hmm.
My lord, have you ever seen an airship?
I have not.
With Lapis, I think it's time the king sees an airship.
Lapis sort of like looks back. Of course, I can give him a tour. I'd be honored.
Show us the way.
Yeah.
And I'll say to Ornessa, make sure you ask how it runs and get him to show you the runes.
All right. As they head off, are you going with them on the tour?
Yes.
Okay. Leading up to the ship, there's one clay golem here, like arms folded, at like the bridge down.
I'll and like kind of like give him a wide berth and like scurry past.
Lapis sort of, if I may ask, I'm told you were attacked by one of these.
Yes, the women you were with are quite skilled. They have some tricks up their sleeves, that's for sure.
The women did this.
Yes.
With magic?
I don't really know what it was, but I would assume.
Sort of interesting. He pulls out a dagger and will like press it into the chest of this clay golem and kind of like hammers it with his hand. Pulls it out. Notice this. He shows the dagger. It's chipped at the top.
Well, I guess it wasn't
Must
not
have
magic.
been something magic, to be certain.
It was...
Like, she's the blade. Are you sure you don't know any magic?
Well, I know just some little rumblings, and I'll like summon a mage hand.
He's gonna roll insight.
Yeah. Am I rolling to counter?
Deception, yes.
Deception? Ha, I can do that.
Yeah, you rolled pretty good, just saying. That's,
I got plus 10.
yeah.
22.
22. Within 4, so not you rolled pretty good, but an 18.
Nice.
As he will begin to show you around the decadence for the second time.
Yeah.
Showing you past the posters of the phases of the moon, this strange kind of like globe of it.
Yeah. I'll like can I investigate the globe again? See what it looks like?
Sure, yeah.
What does it look like?
You looked at it a little bit last time. It is the moon.
Yeah.
As a globe here. With this faint shimmer, almost like a cloud layer, like almost kind of Aurora Borealis kind of look over it. Very faint. I believe you made an Arcana check last time to identify it, but now you can see it fairly clearly, knowing what to look for. There are mountain ranges, lake beds, or like ocean, size, like dark spots. It's very finely detailed, very well crafted. Nothing beyond that.
Cool.
As you're going along, the king sort of... I understood these things were blown around by the wind, and nothing else. Surely that can't be true. Everything looks so heavy around here.
How would this even fly just on the wind?
Lapis sort of like kind of waves a hand dismissively. We have a ring of runes. It's very powerful. When they're arranged in a circle, they each power the next in a sequence, and it keeps the ship afloat.
Well, that sounds like something I'd want to see. What about you, Your Highness?
King's like, oh, absolutely. And at this point, he's going to make a persuasion check. Helped by you.
I think I can help. Yep, I'll help.
I'd allow you to help regardless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dual 18s
Nice.
Base, so very much. As Lapis kind of like doesn't sigh.
I'll give him like an innocent little smile and cock of like the head, just not.
yeah. As he will head around, to kind of into the bowels of the ship, through a door, around a corner. There sits this large ring of runes, a white light pulsing around it slowly in a circle. Sort of boom, boom, boom. Sort of, yes, as long as these runes are here, the ship is active.
Fascinating.
If we were to fly in here without the magic field up, it would fall apart and the ship would fall from the sky.
That sounds like a very bad thing that could happen.
Indeed. I believe we have safeguards in place so that it would not fall all at once. But the strength of an anti-magic field could...
But how does it keep going and going?
Sort of the glyphs are very powerful, very old. They stem from the old days of humanity, I believe.
Wow.
And they, they've been around as long as anyone I know can remember. Generations, in fact. There are some newer ones, but not quite so,
Powerful.
Renowned. Powerful, yes.
And what happens if you... And I'll like go to start poking one of them.
He kind of like catches your hand. Pardon me. The power on these is, you could hurt yourself.
Oh, thank you. I wouldn't want that to happen.
Of course. Have you, I wish I could say more, but this
How do they get their power?
Sort of, there are spellcasters who forge them. It takes quite some time.
But do then they cast something on it and it goes?
I believe so. I'm not sure the specific spells that would go into them. There are elaborate incantations, I'm sure.
Wow. Crazy. What is this So the layout of the ship,
Mhm.
the golem was up at the
Top deck. Yeah,
top
like
deck
right at
coming out. Yeah. And then we went down underneath, and it's like the big gallery area.
Yes.
And then down again, or just...
So yeah, if you're top deck, you go down one to where like all the riches are stored,
Yeah.
and then it's further down, probably at least another deck or two down.
Mhm.
Very bottom of the ship is where this ring is.
How big is this ship compared to mine?
It's slightly larger than yours. It has like the pleasure cruiser kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
But it's much more built for cargo. So
Okay.
it's a little wider.
Yeah.
There's probably an additional deck built into it.
Well, this has been very informative. Do you have, where does everybody sleep?
That would be a deck above us. There
I've
are
heard-
bunks there.
I heard people sleep in hammocks sometime. Do you have a hammock?
I have a personal arrangement,
No,
a
like-
bed. Do I own a hammock?
No, like the crew.
Yes, the crew has hammocks.
Can I see them?
I suppose so. Some of them are sleeping at the moment, I believe. Or trancing, I should say. We were told there were festivities here, so they're resting up in advance.
Do you have a hammock?
I have a special, private quarters.
With a hammock?
They're better furnished, no hammock.
Well, that doesn't seem like very much fun.
Do you not have hammocks here?
No.
I see. Well, I can give you one, but as a token of apology for this whole clay golem business.
That would be lovely. If you could part with one.
As he kind of yes, follow me. He starts to head up.
Mm-hmm.
As the king's kind of looking around.
I'm trying to find somewhere, I'll talk to Arnessa, somewhere that would be secluded. I don't know if you could find a way for him to show you his quarters. We can lock the door and... Brap, brap.
Oh, okay. I mean, we could do that back there, couldn't we?
I don't want to mess with the runes, though. I don't know how his spell casting is, or how wild it could get.
Oh, that's true.
And we
let's go
have to show Miria the runes.
All right. As you're heading up, you're in kind of the hallway here. There are windows that look out over the pier.
Mm-hmm.
He'll show you into the crew quarters. He'll kind of he'll unwrap a hammock and pass it to you.
Wow.
Enjoy.
This is dirty.
He is going to cast prestidigitation on it.
Okay.
I believe it's just an action. Yeah. They kind of cast that and kind of cleans it off. I don't believe it's dirty anymore.
Well, that was just nifty. And I'll fold it up and pop it in my bag.
Yes, I know that one from birth, actually. As one of Elvish heritage, it's natural to me. As the king sort of...
This is a human kingdom, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so she would be human right now.
Yes.
No, she would be an elf. She's an elf.
You can be an elf. It's just high elf.
I remember what she was.
Yeah.
I can't remember. She was an elf or human.
I believe you were Elvish.
Yeah.
But the king sort of, yes, could you show us to your quarters, though? I'm curious to see what a captain of a ship so immaculate as this, how you live, how this all works for you. Lapis again kind of sighs. Gonna make another persuasion check.
Help.
Ooh, he did that. It was a 4 into a 19. But Ornessa's got the buffs. He sort of, yes, very quickly then. I don't usually have guests that I show around so thoroughly.
Surely you don't show kings around that often.
No, this is true. I was not expecting anything remotely this extensive. And he will lead you up to the top deck of the ship, where there is a private, almost like an observation room, there's all glass at the back. Leads you in. It's very well furnished. There are not quite a bed, but a cushioned area on the floor.
Yeah.
As an elf, he doesn't need a proper bed. A bunch of fine clothes up on one wall. A desk with a little map rolled out on it. All very immaculate.
As we walk in,
Yeah.
I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah.
Behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Airships are quite majestic, aren't they?
If you say so, when you've lived on them for as long as I have, it's, Oops.
Sorry. That's funny.
Oh, no. Hey,
sorry, listener.
This is the first time that's happened chronologically. Sort of, when you've been on them as long as I have, you learn to, you get used to it. It's a glamorous life, but it's work.
I guess you didn't grow up with servants running, doing everything for you.
Kind of frowns, and you did?
Oh, once upon a time, I seem to have left that lifestyle. Her tone will kind of shift. And she will disguise self. It's kind of an all or nothing. I can't just let the horns show through. I'm guessing.
I mean, I'll let you recast it if you want. But,
yeah, I'll just recast it.
Sure.
So just the horns
begin to protrude.
Pop out, yeah. Or I guess they're just deglamored.
Yes. There's this look of concern rapidly switching to fear as he kind of takes a big step back. I see.
And then I'll just drop it.
Yeah.
You were looking for me now, were you?
Kind of puts his hands out. Of course. I was right to suspect you.
And you sent a golem to get me?
I sent a golem to watch Valna, the fine young elf lady.
And as soon as it's a thought it was me, it bust in and tried to kill me.
Kill you? I didn't order anything to kill you.
Came at me, slammed me against, not just me, but slammed me, hit me, whacked me.
Odd.
Attacked me is the...
Attacked you?
Yes.
I wonder then if it perceived you as a threat. Maybe there was something you said that set it off.
I was just asking the girls why they were looking for me.
I see.
And why do you want me?
Sort of your family's looking for you.
I know they are. There's a reason I'm staying away. You should not meddle in the business of the royals.
I should not meddle. Well, how about this? I'm happy to return to my regularly scheduled changing of trades. And I won't report your presence here. In exchange...
She kind of give him almost an incredulous look, raise the eyebrow and lean in a little bit.
I want some assurance. Do you intend to go back to your family in the fleet? Or are you following in your father's footsteps?
I don't think you are in any position to ask for assurances or really anything from me. As far as I'm concerned, it's a liability that you even know where I am.
Well, I'll put it this way. I could, at this very moment, send to my regularly scheduled pickup point and let them know I've been delayed. In fact, I've already let them know I'm going to be delayed because of this revelry, which I was eager to participate in.
Oh, you might still be able to participate.
I don't see myself as a liability to anyone, and I don't think I've made a name for myself in the fleet by being a liability. But I can't help but look for things to gain in this situation. And it seems you're at a bit of a disadvantage. You've got people looking for you.
And would anyone look for you?
You see, Lapis, perhaps not. But you've got a sister in the Imperium who's just sorely waiting for some pastries and little gifts to be brought to her. And when those aren't on time, she'll lean over to her chivalrous knight and whisper, "Where are those things?" And suddenly Lyra knows. And the rest of the fleet. And they're looking into where I was last seen and where I was when I reported that I was going to be late. And then suddenly you've got the fleet. Not one airship. Or, and he kind of like claps his hands, I can leave here, my belly full, and your party well stocked in cakes and caviar and the like. And then once we've enjoyed ourselves, and I have assurances from you, investments, I think we can have an arrangement.
Do you?
I do. I look for these in everything, dear. Are you looking to stay here long?
Long enough.
Then perhaps on return trips, I can do for you what I'm doing for your sister.
What is that?
Goods and services. You have loyal people in the Silk Fleet, I can ferry them here. You have gifts or magic items you'd like brought.
And how do I know you will keep your word and you won't tell anyone where I am?
Your mother trusts me to deliver goods at regulated times to your sister.
There lies the problem. My mother trusts you.
Kinda shrugs. My loyalty to your family is one that I'm sure will benefit me.
Hence why bringing me back would be of your best interest.
I'm going to live longer than your dear Aunt Aramy, which means I'm going to see either you or your brother as my direct superior. I'm not willing to side with one or the other. But let's not mince words. Your mother will never rule the Silk Fleet.
That
You
she
might.
won't. I'll turn to Ornessa.
Mhm.
It would be so fun to eat him, but what are you thinking? Would this be worth taking?
The king has kind of like gone over to the window.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like absent-minded, like kind of like touching the cushions, like kind of kicking them over.
Yeah.
Looking at his nails with like the fanned fingers,
Mhm.
which are much longer and sharper than you might imagine a king's nails to be. Kind of like, oh, what? Oh, I don't know, Brae. I thought we needed the runes on his ship. His are bigger than ours. The ring's, like, larger. That might make our ship go faster.
Oh, you think just take his runes?
Yeah. I mean... She kind of, like, looks... The king gives, like, almost like a sheepish look over at Lapis. And then telepathically again. I don't really care what happens to him, if I'm being honest. I didn't think it would be this complicated, and now it's just...
And the thing with... I mean, I don't really care if they know I've been here, but from here there's only so many places we can go. Trust requires trust on both ends, Lapis.
Of course.
How would you feel about... not a pact, per se, but a formal agreement, whereas you are not able to tell anyone anything about me, and in return, I let you keep your life.
As you say this,
Mm-hmm.
She was not present for the last conversation you had about this.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the last two.
Yeah.
The king's face goes bright pink. Like, not like embarrassed, but like loses the glamoured color.
Oh.
As like, there's this like look of just like excitement, like written over his face, and he quickly has to like kind of cover up
Yeah.
And like return to the size at the phrase pact.
Yeah.
Someone in this room is well versed in how that might work.
Yes.
As Lapis sort of thinking about it, I suppose I'm going to be quite critical of the terms of any agreement we come to. I hope you know I have spells that might help me detect any trickery.
The only trickery here would be from you.
Please, I'm not the one presenting this agreement.
And I wouldn't present it in jest.
When can you have it ready? Do you need time to think it up?
Tonight.
Tonight?
What time is it right now?
Oh, gee, it's like not even evening yet. Like,
Yeah.
you got some time.
Yeah, tonight.
I suppose. I'll look it over. I have the right to refuse it, I hope you know.
You do.
Well, if that's all understood, I would be happy to extend my loyalty to this branch of the Torley family tree. May it prosper and grow wherever it is planted.
Can I insight his, like, almost like loyalties here? Of, like, if he's actually serious and, like, being loyal to me, or just as, like, a, you know? I'm not good at insight. I don't know why I try. Another 9.
Another 9? He rolled an 8.
Nice.
And he has no bonus. This is all about status for him.
Yeah.
Like his goal in all of this is to be...
So it's whatever serves him best type thing?
Yes. He wants to have a banner in the Silk Fleet, any means necessary.
Cool. Excellent.
If that means making pacts with people who he believes are, you know, you're in the family.
I'm apparently an heir. I mean, I guess I probably knew that, but...
Yes. You're one of the 2, like, favorite candidates. Unless Arami has a child in
that won't
next few
happen.
years. Who can say? He sort of like nods and will kind of like, if you don't mind, kind of like lowers his voice a little bit. I've heard, well, I've participated in some of the Fair Lady Valencia's kind of like twiddles the fingers engagements. I'm told you were something of an informal apprentice of hers.
You could say that.
In more ways than one. Forgive me if this is too forward, but I'm very much looking forward to whatever you're putting on display.
I hope I don't disappoint.
He will...
I hope you don't disappoint me, and I'll walk out.
Yeah. He'll open the door for you.
I'll link to my imp, stay invisible and stay with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll like kind of be hovering around him at all times.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's a time limit on its invisibility, as long as it's not attacking or...
Yeah. It only goes uninvisible when it attacks.
Yeah. So that's hovering over him there.
Wonderful. When I'm in range, just relay what you see. If something crazy happens or if he tells anyone, find me immediately.
Cool. You and the king depart off the ship. King sort of, well, that was an interesting experience as you're walking past the guards in the clay golem.
It's quite a ship.
You're keeping the Brae.
Yeah. There's no need to hide anymore.
Yeah. Sort of, well, I'm going to go back and
finish getting the party ready. I do need to ask you a few questions though, Ornessa.
Oh yes. Yeah.
When I mentioned the pact, you seemed to get quite excited.
Oh, frazzled.
Do you know how to do that?
Oh yes.
Wonderful. I'm gonna need some help.
I mean, I've never done one.
I mean, technically I have one, so I've had 2.
Yeah, but
so
yours was with Valencia, yes?
It was with Lyra and then Valencia.
Oh yeah, those are with people who like want what's best for you.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want what's best for anyone we're gonna make pacts with.
Yes.
Yes, we want their souls.
Yes.
That's yes, always. Oh yeah, we can make it so that if they breach the contract, they turn into things and we get all their money. That's like the whole art of it. And we're gonna have to find a way to make a contract and to like seal it all and make it all official. And we're gonna have to have terms on how they can get out of the contract. And usually those are the most fun. Sort of like thinking to herself, I've never done this before, but when I made that deal in the Amber Temple,
yes,
it made me more powerful.
Yes.
Made my horns a little bigger too.
I'll like point to mine. Yes.
Yeah. No. But you, sort of like, as hushed as telepathic communication can be, you're not like a real fiend.
No.
Not yet. And it's kind of not. Well, anyway.
I'm undead.
Yeah. There's like some audible disappointment. We were very close, but maybe next time. But because I'm more powerful, I can make better pacts. I've been trying to find out how to make more of me for a while now. Because I just think that'd be more fun.
Would be pretty fun.
I've been thinking about it a lot with the Queen. But, I don't know, we'll see what we can do. I'll have to sit down and draft something.
You've had quite the time with the Queen.
Oh, yes.
She's going to have a pact as well.
Oh, you're welcome.
No, thank you.
I can't promise what she thinks you gave me, but anyway, that's a time. Anyway, are we gonna go and party a little bit more?
We should, but I said I'd have a pact for him tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So we have some time before the party starts if you want to work on it.
Okay, yeah, and the king will kind of hurry up.
Yeah.
Ordering people around. There's like these cakes and these like pastries being brought out. At this point, like people are continuing to arrive.
Yeah.
All throughout the day. There were more instruments than bards, but now there are bards starting to fill those slots. It seems that this will continue to grow until such time as you end it.
Nice.
As this is happening, the day's going on, you're going to work on this pact here.
Yeah.
What kind of...
For him, I want it to be basically that, he can do his trading, but he will continue to provide like goods and services to Wellington, like trade in and out of Wellington to help the city thrive, prosper, and grow under, no anti-magic field. So it needs, more resources. So it'd be a viable trade just available for the queen and king and queen to use. He'll prioritize them, as well as he will never disclose that he has met me, that he knows me, or he has anything to do with me. Otherwise, immediate. I don't know if there's any way for his soul to be destroyed, but
yes.
I don't know if we can do that. His soul just, but basically no way that they can.
So
there's no way that he could. No, anyone can know that he knows me.
Yes. So breach of contract.
Yeah.
Can do a number of things here. You can't immediately forfeit his soul.
Yeah.
The second it's broken, but you can doom the soul if he dies after breaking the contract.
Okay.
So if he passes away, the soul immediately is transferred to you.
Yeah.
You can also restrict wealth and property if the contract is broken. This is typical fiendish contract that I'm reading off of. You can have him go horns, a tail, or other features that cannot be removed by any means short of divine intervention. And as long as these marks persist, the character registers as a fiend for spells that would detect it. Or you can instill a flaw of your choice. And a character who exhibits inconsistent behavior with this flaw has disadvantage on a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So he has to live out the flaw.
Could we do it so that... is there any way to just,
You can also hide things in the contract. I don't know if you're having Ornessa look this over.
Yeah, like Ornessa's and I are just kind of like working on it together.
Yes. Ornessa's going to be the one right now who like seals it all.
Yeah.
Like it's her signature on it. Mm-hmm. But it's your name is being referred to for all the points. She is very adamant on like hiding stuff.
Yes.
Like making it really dense. As many like little secret things she can cram in as possible. Mm-hmm. Favorable trade prices are in here.
Yeah. 10%.
Yeah, like costs for it. Yeah, like really lots of promises, but worded in such a way that you don't have to deliver them necessarily. Like Brae will give you like a massive share of her wealth of no less than like 0.1%. It's kind of the way it's worded. Like it's like, and Brae can determine the value of her goods before giving you a percentage of them if she ascends and all this stuff. Written in such a way that it's like big promises potentially if you're feeling generous, but you could also just not feel generous. Furthermore, the way that the contract's being written by Ornessa's request is it's written as like a sheet of paper. Ornessa's like, we have much more elaborate ways we can do this. I'm just doing it for him because it's easy for you.
Yep.
The contract is void if you rip it up.
Only me.
Only you, yes. And it's actually impossible for other people to rip it up.
Beautiful.
Actually, I should say Ornessa could rip it up feasibly as the writer of it.
Yeah.
You will be the sole holder of the contract. And Ornessa kind of like slyly will write in the sole forfeit bit specifies if the contract is broken. Yeah. Which includes if the paper's ripped up. Yeah. So if you choose to end it, the soul's forfeit as if it was broken. With that, it's like a very like one page but densely written.
Like tiny margins.
Yes, every possible footnote or like non-essential line is written in Infernal just to make it harder to read. Yeah. With sections all jumbled up, refer to this point. Yeah. Over the page, there's all the footnotes. She's like, all right, I think this is ready.
Perfect. So he cannot, no one will ever know that he knows me is basically the point of it.
And he has to trade and do things with this
town.
City.
This city, or any others that we deem necessary.
Oh yes, I put temples of Brae in here.
Ooh, I like that.
Just in case, because we don't know what it'll look like. You could have a nation.
Can a tavern be a temple?
Oh, it can if I'm in it.
Let's go.
As she's sort of like thinking along, she will kind of like sign it all off, dot the T's and cross the I's. Yeah. And we'll hand it over.
Thank you. Yes. Signed in ink? Blood?
Well, you should probably do a little poke and then press it in. Usually we do blood. It's just a formality. We'll make him do it in blood because,
Of course.
Yeah.
I am just so glad that we met.
Oh, me too. It's worth noting, as she's writing it, she's got these little like spectacles that she'd probably put out and like squint at as she's going. Yeah. Kind of like takes those off and blows them and like. It's been a long time since I've done one of those, and I was a much weaker fiend when that was happening.
We will do many.
Oh, I hope so.
There's also the queen that we'll leave before, not yet, but before we leave.
Oh,
and we have 2 new crewmates, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Valetha and Rana?
Yes.
Yes, they're going to join us.
Oh, do we have to make pacts with all of them?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And she'll sort of like...
not Melody.
Glimmer.
Glimmer as well might be interested.
Oh, I've talked to her a lot about that.
Yes. We still have to find her where she's from.
Yes, and we have to find, she's looking for her husband.
Yes. But anyways, shall we party?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Would you like to roll on the carousing table?
Should we do the pact first or after?
Up to you.
Let's do the pact now in case something crazy happens.
That's always an option.
And then, I'll send to him.
Yep.
King's Chambers, we're ready. Or King's Study, we're ready.
Yep. 10-15 minutes pass, he shows up.
We'll be sitting...
next to each other?
Yeah. King in his chair, all kind of sit on the side.
Sure. You want Ornessa in the king form?
Yeah. I don't want to blow the king cover.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
As he sits down opposite you, may I?
Of course.
Kind of starts to read it over, immediately kind of frowns. He is going to do a little bit of magic on it.
Yeah, I'll let him. Can I try and figure out what he's casting?
Yeah, make a Arcana check.
Ooh, that's a base 16.
Okay.
But I don't think... Oh, 17.
17. Good news, identifying a spell is 15 plus the spell's level, and he's just casting Detect Magic.
Yeah, okay.
And immediately there's definitely magic on this.
Well, it's a magical contract.
Yes. Fiendish magical contract.
Yeah.
He is going to then make a very fateful insight check.
Oh, can I? Oh, no, that's Melody. Boo.
I will leave it to you if you want to say
I was going to try and do Melody's.
Oh, yeah.
But that's also only saving throws.
Ornessa will also caution you telepathically.
I'm not doing anything. I'll let it happen.
But as he's like studying it, she'll sort of specify, also, you can't force someone to sign a contract. Otherwise,
I was just not going to let him examine it too closely.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. If you want to like sneeze loudly, I don't know. But like, yeah, if we ever charm somebody, we can't make a charmed person sign it, because then it's not them, it's us. And
good to know.
yeah, many a succubus has been roped into her own contract that way, and it's messy. He's gonna roll his check. He rolled. It's an investigation check, which is an 11.
Very nice.
I will have Ornessa roll. We'll call it a sleight of hand check that she made. Base is 12. As he looks it over.
Everything to your liking?
A few minutes, please. He's like really like combing it, like making a big deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and pour the king and I a glass of wine.
Yes. You know I can read Infernal.
Of course.
Can't hide anything from me.
I wouldn't dream of it.
And eventually kind of sits back after a long moment. All right. It's a very generous offer you've made.
Only the best for my followers.
There's only one amendment I should make. Or request.
Okay.
I do want to have a chance to appeal.
Appeal?
If you feel I've broken your contract. To argue my case.
I won't look to the king, but I'll like study him like I'm pondering and question Ornessa. Thoughts?
She kind of like is grumbling to herself. He can appeal by making a new contract, can't he?
I don't. Well, isn't it if he breaks it, his soul's forfeit? Oh, if he dies.
Yeah. Just tell him to live with it. I don't want to write another contract. I mean, we can, but...
Do you write a whole nother contract?
Well, no, he's just trying to make it messy. I can if you want me to, but I have to drop the disguise.
I'll think. The disobeying the contract, that clause, can always be amended by myself. So all you would need do, if you did break it, would be to find me.
Kind of make a persuasion.
And another contract can be drafted up in its place.
I see. Yeah, make a
persuasion. 25.
Yeah. He kind of like nods to himself, murmuring, "This is fine."
I am anything if not generous.
As you say that, he's already pulling out the dagger, really like weighing it. I trust when you ascend to the throne, if that is your ambition, I will be rewarded for my service here.
Oh, of course.
He cuts the thumb and will like smear it and sign in his own blood the name at the bottom of the contract.
Wonderful.
To which there is a shimmer. And for a split second, you can see from his chest this slight little wisp of smoke.
Ooh.
As though you can see his soul. Looks delicious.
I was gonna say it looks like spaghetti.
I was thinking like a smoke, but spaghetti.
Wait, like a smoke trying to go like.
You gotta get the little like fork out and start to do the little twirl.
I was thinking like you like slurp a spaghetti.
Yeah. Yeah. As he then places the contract carefully down.
Mm-hmm.
Have you signed it already?
No. Got a slight problem.
Oh.
I can't be damaged by non-magical weapons.
I'm really glad you brought that up, because I was gonna spring that on you.
Yeah.
Do you have a magical weapon on you?
Silvered's not magical.
Yep.
Yeah, it is?
Silvered is not magical.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Nope.
Yeah, you're kind of like looking at this contract. King's kind of like giving you like not a reassuring nod, but like a look of like, okay.
Can I cast a spell on myself?
Sure.
To make it...
Yeah, I'll allow that. If you want to make a bolt of Eldritch Blast, you can.
Yeah, I'll do an Eldritch Blast, just kind of...
I will say roll the damage,
yeah.
But I won't make you roll the hit.
4, so 8.
Yep. You strike yourself, there's a little of blood. Everyone else at the table kind of like leans back, kind of like, oh, okay. That's sort of what it takes.
No,
so,
I'll just press my thumb.
Sure. As second rush of wind, contract is sealed.
Nice. Wonderful. And I'll roll it up and kind of tuck it in my leathers.
Yes. So it's done then?
It is.
This is where
you get to keep your life.
Sort of frowns. Was that really where you thought this would go?
Oh, I didn't think. I hoped it wouldn't. I thought you would be a smart man.
Just very faintly at the edge of hearing, I hoped it would go that way. It's sort of like, well, I pride myself on my ability to see bright solutions.
Wonderful. Enjoy the party. It will be starting shortly.
Of course. And he kind of like stands up as he kind of like...
I'm going to glug that glass.
Yes.
Once he leaves,
yeah,
give the king a big ol' hug.
Yep.
And say, make your appearance, and then feign some sort of sickness so we can party together properly.
Oh, good. Yeah, I hope so. And he will head off. Are you looking to carouse now?
Yeah.
Okay, I will, if you'd like to roll.
Yeah.
D100 plus your level.
Alright, D100, don't fail me now. Ooh, 63. So 74.
Okay, you jumped up.
I think that's like the worst I've ever caroused besides Lyra meeting Anethius.
Okay. You have a wild option on here. I need you to roll me 5d6.
Okay.
I'll punch that into a calculator.
$15.
15. Okay. As you are carousing, the music is much louder.
Wait, I gotta get my carousing table out. Where did it put that? Okay. Okay, 75. Or, what did I say? 74? And
yes.
then 15.
You rolled in the 71 to 75 range.
Okay.
And then you rolled 5d6. You roll on a unique table.
Ooh.
I don't want to say this is a spicy table. Probably not. But you are once again in that full attunement to the party this evening. Your gambling is very productive.
Nice.
You gain 300 gold.
Ooh!
This is the lower end, I think, of the gold you can earn.
Yeah. Let me just put that in my... I like having money.
Yeah. You encourage a lot of gambling. You also notice you're very aware of the locations in this party of these 2 cushion house workers, of Lapis, and of the Queen. Like at all times, you're aware of like precisely where they are. As they are the closest thing you have right now, besides your core crew.
Yeah.
To like worshippers.
Oh, okay.
With varying degrees of sincerity. But at all times, it's almost like you almost feel like you could reach out and influence fate while they're participating in this, but not quite, not yet.
Ooh.
As we jump cut around, the drinking, the partying, the king suddenly very ill, and then the bright blonde hair of Ornessa in her human form. Still with the golden eyes, but just prancing around, being an all-around horrible influence on everything around her.
Wonderful.
Jump cut around, and you find yourself in your bed in the guest room, kind of like snapping out of like a meditative trance, kind of like taking it all in at the end. You're not alone in this room. I need you to roll me a d4. Three. This result will be different if you roll it again.
Ooh.
Actually, no, it won't. No, sorry, my bad.
Okay.
There is a snarling sound just over like the foot of your bed from where you're sitting, and like a real nasty, like not a slurping, but like a crunching noise.
I like get up and kind of like crawl over and like peek and see what's happening.
Yes, there is an animal here.
Okay.
Flattened out under your bed.
Under the bed?
Yes. A Shusuva. These are the like white-haired, bony, almost like dog-like creatures with the stinger tails.
That I have. A pack. No, I have an ability of. No.
This
the
is
charming effect is from. Oh, okay.
No. As this thing appears to be eating one of the guards.
Huh.
It's kind of snarling and like eating whatever remains here, spitting out bits of metal. As it's kind of like eating at this thing. It's made quite a mess. You have no idea where this thing came from. It is very clearly fiendish in origin.
Mm-hmm.
But it hasn't taken notice of you.
Do I know anything about these?
Make me a religion check.
It's my religion. I think it's not bad. I think she got better religion than Lyra, which was the funny thing. Oh, +1. Nope.
Nothing?
3.
Nope.
Yeah.
Big dog thing. Looks pretty scary.
Can I grab something from like the nightstand?
Yeah.
Like a
little glass or cup or something.
Something that wouldn't shatter.
Yeah.
Like just like a trinket.
Sure.
And, like, throw it to the other side of the room.
She kind of like looks up at it. Kind of like crawls slowly out. This is a large creature.
Can I look up what it looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. He looks a little fearsome.
Oh my gosh.
As it prowls up, kind of sniffs at the trinket, and then turns to face you. Begins to kind of like take a few steps up, and then sits like a dog.
Hi, puppy.
Kind of begins to like nose at like the remains of this guard.
Do you understand me?
Doesn't respond.
Do you understand me in Celestial?
It snarls angrily.
And Elvish?
No response.
Can I use my 9 days of Infernal and do a couple words?
Yeah, hello.
Hello? Dog?
It responds hello.
In Infernal?
Yeah. Telepathically.
Friend? Does Infernal have a word for friend?
Useful.
Yeah.
It just kind of like goes back to like chowing down. From what you can tell, this thing doesn't seem hostile.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, as you say friend, the tail begins to wag.
Can I get up?
Yeah.
And like slowly make my way over?
Yeah.
I put my hand out.
For sure. I'll say an animal handling check.
Oh, okay. I have guidance. Can I guidance myself?
Absolutely.
Silly goose. Ooh, 14, 15.
15. The spines bristle as you hold your hand out. And it kind of turns its snout and kind of like bumps up at your palm.
I'll pet its head.
Closes its eyes.
Ooh.
And then immediately begins to kind of like circle and then hops up on your bed, does a little loop, and then flops asleep.
Can I send to Igmaril?
Yeah.
Hey, Igmaril. Do you know what... Would I know what it's called?
No.
Okay. Hey, Igmaril. I found a big, white, bony dog with a stinger tail in my room. It seems friendly and speaks Infernal. What do I? That's 25.
I'm on my way. And then, not long after, there is a... As she's like trying to fly like through the hallways, the door gets burst open, the dog looks up, and Igmar's sort of like facing it.
And I'll like pet its head.
Pet its head. It like looks to you and then like to Igmaril.
And I'll say friend.
Kind of like sets its head back down. Igmaril sort of like approaches here.
Close the door. Because there's a body on the floor and blood, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she kind of closes it behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Locks it. She'll kind of walk over here.
I found it eating that guy this morning when I woke up.
I see. This creature... Interesting. I've known them to manifest in the war camps of enemies. Never in any of my own camps. I believe these creatures manifest when a great victory has been achieved.
Oh!
So it is said.
Does it stay?
I don't know.
Can you ask it? It speaks Infernal.
Oh, she'll start to speak with it in Infernal. It seems that it is loyal to you and is here in service of your victory. I wonder... It doesn't seem to think it will stay forever.
Oh. Does it know how long?
More Infernal. It doesn't. It seems to think it will serve until it dies.
Ooh.
But...
What's his name?
It doesn't have one.
What's Fluffy and Infernal?
I'll circle back on that one.
That's what his name is.
As you're welcome to leave it in this room.
Nice. I'm gonna prestidigitation the blood.
Yeah. Kind of clean up. Igmaro will help.
Nice.
She'll take off her coat, like the caudal fur, and we'll soak it. It keeps it shimmering.
The blood keeps her coat cool. You can do that.
It's like bathing a chinchilla in like sand.
Yeah, that's
the
so
blood.
funny.
You guys gotta.
Wow, that's fun.
Kind of like puts it back on. Are you feeling safe with this thing here?
Yeah, it seems friendly.
All right. If it gives you.
You're gonna need to teach me command words in Infernal, like sit, stay, come, kill.
I will. Yes.
Thank you.
She will turn and like kind of depart from you. The festivities are still in full swing.
You can stay for a bit and party if you want.
I have been.
Good. Did the girls come to the ship last night?
Yes.
Wonderful.
We've made sure that one of your crew is always present aboard the ship.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Kind of clicks her heels and gives like a bow.
If you go back, can you ask Miria about the rings and if it's possible to like jumpstart them with another like ring? Because the ship that's here, their rings are working. So if she needs help knowing where they go or in what order or whatnot.
I can assist her. I am versed in the pillaging of other airships.
Well, we want that airship to stay running. That's the thing.
And still transfer the runes.
Not necessarily transfer, but you can see how they're arranged there and have them arranged properly in ours.
I see.
And then maybe get her going.
Yes, I believe that could be arranged.
Yeah.
She will depart.
Yeah.
Before we end this session, is there anything else you'd like to do in the meantime?
We're gonna just finish out the few days of carousing.
Absolutely. And you have 3 more rolls.
Yeah, with the king in and out and here and there, and then we're gonna deal with getting rid of him.
Probably next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And then also making the pacts, which we can do behind the scenes, but...
Yes. Well, some of it will be.
Some of it, but...
Yeah.
More me thinking up in my brain.
Yes. I've got 3 more rolls here.
Alright. Just roll 3 times?
We'll resolve them one at a time. So, yeah.
49, so 60.
60.
I don't like that 49 plus 11 is 60. In my mind, it's just 50. Anyways.
Oh, I see. Roll me 4d10.
Is this 60 to 60?
This is 41 to 60.
41 to 60.
This is a long range.
And roll what, sorry?
Start by rolling me 4d10.
Alright, percentile dice. 10, 5, 7, 2. So 17, 24.
24? Oh, I lied. This is the low end gold. You get 24 gold.
Okay.
Yeah. As this is one of the not as good things to roll.
Like in that it's bad or it's just not good?
It's not good. But there is a secondary part of this. You very briefly not lose control, but are caught up in this night of partying. I rolled a d3 plus 1, and that is the additional days that you were caught partying for. You would roll for every additional day, but because I rolled less than your planned partying time, I'm just going to say nothing happens.
Okay.
I do need you to roll me 2d4, though.
It's 1d4 plus... What did you roll?
Oh, for the days?
Yeah.
1d3 plus 1. So if you were partying for 1 day, this could swell
you could
to 4
swell
days.
to 4.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Roll what, sorry?
2d4.
2d4. 5.
This is the same thing you rolled on your first night of carousing, where you awaken, sheltered by Igmarel's wing.
Nice.
With Ornessa clinging very aggressively to your arm. Like you lose circulation in it because she's just like firmly grasping it. This time though, not on your airship, but we'll say on in the cabin of the Decadence. The fine room you were in. There's no sign of the captain anywhere. This is where your party took you. You have trashed the room.
Nice.
With that.
Can I find a quill and ink?
Yeah.
Right, sorry, B, and leave it on the desk.
Yeah. You have 2 more rolls left.
That is, what's 63, which is the same.
This is 61 to 70.
Nice.
There is one result on this table, which is from the original carousing table. It's the best one.
Ooh!
You were caught up in a whirlwind romance. I need you to roll me a d20.
Yes.
And I'll let you choose on this. It could end badly, amicably, or be ongoing. You can choose who this is before or after rolling.
Okay, I'm gonna roll first.
Sure.
And then choose.
Yeah.
A d20?
Yes.
17.
17. That means it is ongoing. Now, for Brae, an ongoing romance could mean a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Just given Brae's abilities, outlook on things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it to you, though. Who is this engagement with?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who we've met here.
You've met a few.
I don't know. Why don't you pick?
Why don't I pick?
Yeah. Leave it up to the DM's discretion.
Okay.
Make it someone, not just a commoner though, you know?
Yeah.
Brae'd be partying with the upper class.
Yeah. I think the most likely pick is Legan, the knight that you have been charming on and off.
Nice. That's Ornessa's knight, right?
Ornessa's knight is Larm.
Oh.
But Legan is the one who you met the druids with. He's been
I know
for
Legan.
most of the time you know him.
I have him in my notes.
Yes.
Nice.
This could be something that turns into a potential bond, but I leave it entirely up to Melody.
Brae.
Brae. How she conducts herself with regards to this. You do not wake up like in his arms or anything.
No.
It's just you wake up and, oh yeah, that happened.
Nice.
No formal proposal, but there were some sparks maybe.
Nice. Well, we'll party with Legan again tonight.
Yeah. This is your last night of carousing.
Yeah.
At this point, Ornessa is thoroughly exhausted.
She hasn't stopped.
She has not stopped.
Can I don't think there's anything I can do. Let me just see what my staff does. Nope.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, she's exhausted.
Yeah. Very, very much. Like, this is like...
How many days can she go before she dies?
6 levels of exhaustion.
And how many days have we been partying?
This will be your 5th day. She'll be at her last level of exhaustion. She has to sleep. Like, she can't move after this next round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Cool. Partying with Ornessa and Legan tonight.
Yes.
63, so 74.
74. It's okay. You're rolling the chill ones for now. 71 to 75. This is the 5d6 times 20 gold.
Yeah.
And you roll on the 1d4 table. So I'll roll the gold here, just because it'll be quicker.
Yeah.
That is 17 times 20. 340 gold you gain.
Nice. I don't need to sleep. I can just keep going.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you never have to stop.
Yeah. 520 you said?
340.
Sorry, 340. I have. I need to bring my calculator out for this one.
Yeah. My goodness, and you're already going to be...
320?
Yes.
Plus... 835.
And once again, you roll on the same table you did before. I rolled it already.
Is it the same number?
No.
Okay, good. I would say, I'll roll it then.
You rolled a 3 last time.
Yeah.
This is the one that is a different result, depending. When you awaken, the thing with this, you've been partying like crazy. Ornessa and Legan have been really into it. Like, Legan, at this point, there's a moment where you realize he's not charmed.
Oh.
And it's just like, oh, that's new. Where it's like, he's into it.
Nice.
You wake up, and there's something off about the room that you're in. Your sizable puppy's still there.
Nice.
Curled up sleeping. There's almost uncanny. It's like, what's different? And you spot it on the wall. Perhaps this is something new about your carousal.
Ooh.
Something magical beyond just the effect you have on people.
Yeah.
There's a mirror covered with a cloth. Full length, like full body mirror. Very ornate. You recognize it instantly. This is your mother's mirror.
Oh, I was thinking the mirror from Knuckle.
No. This mirror is on the Ivory Justice. It's almost like there's some sort of divine handiwork at play here.
Interesting. What number was this rolled, sorry?
This was a 2 on the D4, and you rolled a 71 to 75.
Yeah.
I will say if you ever roll this again, it will be a different
because
result.
The mirror's there.
Yes. As you've heard stories of this mirror, a mirror found deep beneath the earth, which showed your mother and her companions different versions of themselves.
I remember that! Oh my gosh!
There was something to it. Your mother could ask questions. When she looked into the mirror, she saw a world where she was not a goddess. You've never looked into it yourself. But it's there, covered with a curtain. Pull back the curtain.
Yeah.
And we'll resolve that next time.
I knew it. Ooh, I remember that mirror was fun.
Oh yeah, thanks for listening, listener.
Thanks, friends. Have a good night.
Bye.
Day, evening.
One of those.